Hey guys, what's up? It's 8-Bit Eric, and today we have a special collaboration video with a good friend of mine, Jluv81, and I'm gonna go ahead, cut the introduction, and send it right to her for us to begin today's video.
Hey, it's your girl Jluv81. I want to thank 8-Bit Eric for allowing me to do this video with him. I am honored to do so. And today we are going to be talking about our top 5 indie titles on the Nintendo Switch. So let's get started. My first favorite game I want to talk about is Battle Princess Madeline. This game is truly addicting. I love this game so much. It reminds me of Ghouls and Ghosts. Such an awesome game. You play this little girl named Madeline. Her grandfather tells her a story, which reminds me of The Princess Bride. And in the story, she's a knight, which is awesome because girls could be knights too. And all of a sudden, this evil wizard comes, tries to take over the kingdom, kills her dog. And yes, that's how us New Yorkers say dog. Kills the dog. The dog comes back as a ghost and assists her through her journey to save the kingdom and her family. It is freaking unbelievable. I love it. You also go through, you have arcade mode and story mode. Story mode is difficult. I mean, they both are, but with story mode, you got to do a lot of backtracking to complete missions. As for arcade, if you do arcade mode, it's much more straightforward. So if that's the kind of feel you're looking for, I suggest to play arcade mode. That's my favorite mode to play. This game is truly addicting. I highly recommend it.
So Battle Princess Madeline, I actually own this one. I bought it on PlayAsia physically, imported it because the United States did not get it physically. We only got it digitally, but this is a game that is just so nostalgic for me in a good way. You know, Ghosts and Goblins and Ghouls and Ghosts, such a great game series, and I think this game really captured the essence of that series and did it with a brand new twist, and I think this is a good first choice, J-Love. Thank you so much. What's the next one?
My second favorite game is Blaster Master Zero. This is an action-adventure platform style game, a reboot of the NES original Blaster Master. You play this character named Jason who has to rescue a frog, and you control the tank vehicle he drives called Sophia. You explore various areas and also have to exit the tank for certain locations. When you drive the tank, it's from a side-scrolling view, and when you exit the tank and enter certain passages, it changes to an overhead perspective. So you get various upgrades which will be useful as the game progresses. You also come across a girl named Eve that will assist you to rescue the frog. His name is Fred. This is definitely one of my favorite 8-bit style games. I played it non-stop when it first came out. There is a lot of backtracking, but it has high replayable value.
I personally never been a Blaster Master fan growing up. I always heard that it was an underrated NES game, and when I saw Blaster Master Zero and Blaster Master Zero 2 were both on the Nintendo Switch, I was like, you know what? It's really cool that all these games that started from the NES are making their way to the Nintendo Switch with new games this day and age, and this is an example of a classic that is catering towards gamers like us, and I think this is also a great choice. I really like how this game played, how it's like the original but with new stuff all at once, and another great selection. Bravo!
My third favorite game that I'm going to be talking about is Wonder Boy Returns Remix. This game, I am a huge Adventure Island fan. Huge. I played a ton of it on the NES. I love Super Adventure Island on the Super NES. And I also played the new Adventure Island, which came out on the TurboGrafx 16. But I downloaded it on the Nintendo Wii U. So I do have it on the Wii U. It is also available on the PS3 if I'm not mistaken. And it is such a fun, these games are so much fun. So I knew right away that I was going to love this game. You play this boy that has to rescue his girl from Tina, just like back in the day. And this game is pretty much a side-scrolling action platform. It was originally an arcade game, and they pretty much remixed and remade the game. So in this version, you have a charge shot that allows you to use an extremely large axe to toss at enemies. So it is extremely addicting. I highly recommend checking this one out if you're a fan of the series.
Now, I have never really been a big fan of the first Wonder Boy game. I know it's similar to Adventure Island and all that stuff, but I prefer Wonder Boy and Monsterland, but I did think that it was kind of neat and random that they decided to go ahead and make a brand new version of the original. I've yet to play this one, so I might check it out thanks to your recommendation.
My fourth favorite indie title is Venture Kid. This game reminds me so much of Mega Man, and that's probably why I love it. It has that 8-bit feel also, and you pretty much play a boy named Andy that has to stop this evil doctor from building a secret weapon. I mean, you upgrade weapons as you progress through the game, and you will need that to assist you in completing the game. So you have classic mode and adventure mode. In classic mode, you have to play in order. In adventure mode, you can play in any order, but me personally, I'd rather play classic mode because you cannot progress certain levels without certain weapons that you need acquired. So also, if you play this game, I highly recommend 100% completion in every level. That means there's a secret item in every level that you have to get. If you do not get that, you're not going to get the good ending. I discovered that the hard way, and I had to replay it, which I wanted to anyway because it is a fantastic game. This game has an amazing soundtrack. I have a weak spot for chiptune music. It is very addicting. There is also survival mode. That is difficult. It throws you into these scenarios and you pretty much cannot die. If you do, it's game over. So this has high replayability, which I personally enjoy, and I highly recommend checking it out.
Now, I actually really enjoyed Venture Kid as well. I did a review of it last month, and I was pleasantly surprised. I think the similarities that it has to a Mega Man type of game, and just how well done it was put together, you know, for a budget game and its price, I think Venture Kid actually has a good amount of content, and it plays really well. I was like, wow, look at this. Like the cute little 8-bit sprites, the boss levels, the fights, everything, how everything's set up. It's actually rather surprising for a lower budget Mega Man clone. I was like, wow, this one came out of nowhere. In fact, I actually saw it from other people, including yourself, talking about it online and live streaming it. So I had to sink the teeth into it, and thanks a lot for recommending this one.
My fifth and final favorite indie title is The Messenger. And this is an action side-scrolling platform game that is inspired by Ninja Gaiden. So if you're a fan of Ninja Gaiden, I highly recommend checking this one out. This is a freaking great game. You are one of the surviving ninjas from when your village was attacked by an evil demon king, and you were handed a scroll that you must carry to your clan's survival. So this game starts out as 8-bit graphics and audio, and then later it shifts in the future and becomes 16-bit, which is why I love it. That is so unique and so awesome. It turns into like a Metrovania style when it turns into 16-bit. And this game also has a lot of humor and sarcasm, which for me, you know, if you know me and my channel, I love a sense of humor. So my favorite is the interaction with the shopkeeper. Hilarious. I highly recommend checking this game out if you have not done so already.
Now, The Messenger came out of nowhere for me. When I heard people tell me, hey, this is like Ninja Gaiden, you should check it out, I was like, wow. And I played a little bit of it, and I was like, holy cow. Again, another great example of a game that took a formula that worked on the NES and twisted it around, made it into its own, and brought it out on the Nintendo Switch. The Switch, overall, is such a great system for retro gamer fans because all these brand new games are using concepts and mechanics from games that we absolutely adored growing up, and The Messenger is one of those. And I was ecstatic to find out that it was coming out physically from one of those limited producing game companies. I think it was Strictly Reserved or Special Limited, Strictly Limited. Either way, I put money down on that one because I enjoyed this one so much that I had to double dip on it. So great choices overall, Jlov. Definitely appreciate you coming on to the channel. I'm going to go ahead and let you close this video out, guys. Before we go, don't forget, check out the other part. There's 2 parts. This is one of them. My part, talking about my top 5, is on Jlov's channel. But yeah, Jlov, close it out.
Thanks, Eric, for allowing me to be a part of this video with you. I do a variety of stuff on my channel. I do live streams, I do convention vlogs, I do top 10s, reviews, unboxings and pickup videos. So I do a variety of stuff if you want to check out my channel. The second part of this video will be on my channel as well. And remember, promote positivity. Thank you so much, Eric. I appreciate it.
Consider supporting 8-Bit Eric on Patreon for just $1 a month. Link below in the description.
You want to become part of the hashtag 8BE Nation, guys? Well, be sure to pick up your official merch, now available online. Link is below in the description. We got classic t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, and even women's apparel. Don't forget, pick up your official merch now. And while you're at it, guys, feel free to watch the next video, or why don't you catch up on one that you might have previously missed. Thanks again, guys, for all the support. I couldn't do this without you. You guys are amazing, and don't forget to subscribe and click that like button if you are brand new. Thanks again, guys. Peace out.